Hey kids, this morning we're looking at Psalm 28, and Psalm 28 is a psalm that David wrote, and he wrote it when he was having a hard time. David is discouraged, he is sad, he's been trying to pray to God and pray to Jesus, and he doesn't feel like he is answering him. And so I don't know how your morning has gone, but maybe you're a little discouraged, maybe you're a little sad today, or it's been hard to obey the things that your parents have asked you to do this morning, and you just feel like you don't have the strength or the desire to obey. It feels easier to disobey, and your heart's discouraged in this, and you're sad. And that's the situation David is in here, but he prays to God. And so he prays to God, and it says he lifts up his hands, and so he's hoping that God would answer him. And so he prays that at the beginning here, and guess what? God does answer him. And God brings blessing upon David's heart, and he gives him joy, and he reminds him of all the good things that God has done for him. And so your parents have done lots of good things for you. They probably made food for you this morning. They've read you stories. They've played toys with you. They've gone on walks with you. They've listened to you, encouraged you, and hugged you, and given you affection. And all of these are good things that God is giving you through your parents. And so God uses these things to encourage our hearts at points. But when we're discouraged, we can pray to God and ask for help. He says, Lord, I need you to encourage me. And here in Psalm 28, the Lord answers and encourages David. And David's response, as the joy returns, and he's happy and he's encouraged and he feels loved by his parents, and that God is thinking for him and providing for him, he gives thanks to God. And so he asks God to encourage him, and he's encouraged, and joy comes back. And then with that joy, he thanks God and praises God for it. And he remembers that he prayed asking God for this, and God answers it. And so he completes it by saying, Lord, I remember I asked you for this, and you've given it. You've given me joy through my siblings or through my parents. And through you, God, you've given me joy. And so he's thankful to God because God has answered his prayer here. And it goes beyond him. So he's thankful what God has done in his life, and then he prays that God would bless other people, and God would care for others the way that he has been cared for here. And at the end, he says, save your people, God, like you have saved me. Bless your heritage, Jesus. Be a shepherd and carry them forever. And so he feels thankful to God that God has helped him, and he says, help others, always help others. And God does this. He sent Jesus. You guys know Jesus. He sent Jesus as a shepherd and a king to lead us and carry us forever. And so anytime our heart is discouraged and we're doubting and we're sad, Jesus will come and help us. And we might not be happy instantly because of it, but just like David, we can trust that the Lord will help us, that God and Jesus will come and help us. And when he does, give thanks to God and share that with your parents, and share that with your siblings, and share that with Jesus.